welcome to my channel Color, and this is your crafty host Priyanka. So this is my second video for 2019, and what I've decided this year is that I'm going to do a few videos that I had missed out from 2016 and 2017, and they did not make the cut, or somehow I left the project halfway or whatever. Or for whatever the reason may be, I'm going to complete those videos and I'm going to put them up. And then I'm also going to do some new projects, start up new projects, and then do videos for those projects. But I'm going to go ahead and complete all my incomplete projects. Not if I can, that is, try and complete most of my incomplete projects from 2016, 2017 and 2018 actually. So 3 years that I have incomplete projects. I'm going to complete them and do videos for them and upload all those videos that did not make the cut back then. I'm going to try and upload them in 2019, and then I'm going to start up new projects and do videos for them. So a lot of things have changed on my channel from 2016 to now, and what I've realized is that my subscribers are they are like multi-crafters like me, versatile crafters or painters or whatever you want to call yourself, but you guys don't, I don't know if you guys do that, but I myself personally, I love trying new art and crafts, and I enjoy trying everything that is new, or if something is really old but it just came across me now, I would love to do that, try out. And if you haven't seen my craft room tour video, I will have in the description below. That's a very old video back from 2016, but if you'll watch that video, you will see that I have materials from a lot of different art and crafts, and a lot have grown after that video too. So some of them that I have now that I do on my personal time, on my free time, I have much more art and craft materials and different. It's not just one particular focused, one particular field, and I enjoy that. I try to keep myself learning new stuff, keep on learning new stuff, and that's what makes me happy. So I don't want to stick to like one say if I choose yarn, I'm not going to stick to yarn or paper or something. I want to do everything because I enjoy all kind of crafts. They make me happy, and for me, doing art and craft is something that is like my meditation, my relaxation, my own time. Nobody disturbs me, nobody bothers me in my house. So that is done when my son is sleeping and my husband's at work, and I'm just like by myself, relaxing and peaceful. And that's when I do my art and craft, and I like to keep it changing. So that's why you see a whole bunch of changes on my channel, and I'm trying to find myself. And I think what I found about myself is that I cannot stick to one craft or one art. I have to keep changing and show up what I am doing. So what I'm going to do now, from now onwards, and what I'm trying to do now onwards, is to keep on showing you guys the projects that I make or that I am working on. So it can be yarn one day and it can be paper the other day, or a third thing completely different, something out of clay. So it just depends on what I'm working on, and I hope you guys will support me in that, and I hope you guys will enjoy all the videos I post up. And definitely whatever I'll do, I'll definitely do tutorials for you guys. So it's not going to be like, oh, I'm just not going to show you what I made. I'm going to definitely do tutorials just in case if you want to try your hands on it, because I love trying new art and crafts, and I want you guys to venture out and see if you like something else. I know a lot of us just want to stick on one particular art, and that's fine too, because that's what is your choice. My mom, she did a lot of art and craft, different art and crafts. She taught a lot of different art and crafts. So that's what I have learned, to just try everything, and that's what I do. I try everything. So without further ado, let's get into the today's video. So last week I showed you guys how to make a pot holder from these potholder or weaving looms, and these are made from loops, the acrylic loops that come with the kit. But today what we're going to do is we're going to make this potholders, or the squares, weaving square from the weaving loom, and we're going to make a lot of them. I'm going to show you how to make them with yarn, so you can use up all your scrap yarns. And these can make a lot of different projects. You can make placemats, you can make carpets, you can make maybe a doormat, or anything. I mean, anything that you can think about. Or you can even make a pillow cover, or a blanket, or a throw, or something, whatever, because these are really soft. It depends on what yarn you use and how tight you weave. So these are really flexible and soft, so you can definitely use them for blankets. You can just give them a wash and use them. But for me, I am particularly making these yarn squares for my son for his carpet, and I've already done a whole bunch of them. This is just a tiny fraction of what I have done, and if you can see, I have used all random colors, none of them match. So these were all my scrap yarns, and I will definitely do a video of my yarn stash. If you guys want to see my yarn stash, leave me a comment below, and I'll definitely do a video on my yarn stash. But if you haven't seen it, I have a photo on my blog, and I'll have the link in the description for you guys to check out. I have my yarn all scattered on the floor, and that was also very old, and now my yarn stash has increased, so I have to keep it in hiding. So these are all like different colors, if you can see, and I've already made about 95, I think 95 of them, and I am going to make a set of 100. So I have 5 more to go. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to make this, and then I'm going to do one more video where I show you how to join these and how I make my carpet. So let's get to the crafting table and see how we make this cute yarn pot holder. Alright guys, so the first thing first, we need a weaving loom, and then you can use these tools that come with the hooks that come with the weaving loom, or I'm using a Tunisian crochet hook, and I have used a size K, 6.5 mm, if this camera wants to pick it up. It says right. Wow, no, it's not zooming in, but it's a size K, 6.5 mm Tunisian hook. You'll need a pair of scissors to cut the yarn, and then you'll need any 2 scrap yarns. It can be different color, you don't really need same color. And just pull up two ends for the yarn, and then make a slip knot. And then I'm not going to go into details of how to make a slip knot. There are tons of videos out there, and if you want, I have one video that I posted like 7 years ago on my old channel, which somehow I stopped posting videos on, and I really don't know why I stopped posting videos on that one, because that channel was 7 years old. So anyways, if you want, I'll have a link in the description for you guys for that. So first thing, take the slip knot and pull it gently. Don't pull it too tight, just really snug, not too tight, not too soft, and make sure that the tail end is on the outside. It's just my OCD. I mean, you can have it inside, it doesn't matter. Then just go exactly opposite down here with both the yarns, and then turn around and go back up, and then turn around and come back down, and then again turn around, and just keep on doing that till the end on all the 18 pegs on both sides. And make sure that both of your yarns are pulling through on all the loops. Sometimes they tend to fall off, and it happens to me all the time. I'm watching TV and working on this, and then one yarn is not even in the picture. So yeah, just make sure that you are paying attention to both the yarns being there. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this, and then come back and show you the next step. So when you reach the end right here, if you can see, it's going to be coming from the inside and then turning outwards. All you need to do is take about like 5 or 6 inch of tail. And I think I took the worst scissors for the video today, but okay, here it goes. I can just throw it down. Okay. And then just make a slip knot in the end. So let me just go ahead and make the slip knot, and I'll come back and show you the next step. Wrong way. So the last peg, I've got the slip knot on, and I just stuck the the tail ends on the back so that they don't come in the way. And then what I do is I take one of these hooks. I'm going to use the one that's not broken, and I'm going to just go ahead and place it here. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And oh, also make sure that your yarns are really tight and they're not loose, and gently push them down onto the loom so that they don't pop off. Sometimes, I mean, by the time you come to the last one, they'll start popping off because it'll create a lot of pressure here, but that's okay. You can always put them on once your loops are pulled through. So the first thing I do is I take a hook, and then always the first line will have only 2 threads. So you'll go under, and then you'll take 4 threads, so 2 yellow and 2 red in my case, and then go like first 2 were over, so next 4 was under, and then the next 4 yarn we'll take over, and then we'll go back under, and every yarn from there will have a pair of 4, like a cluster of 4. So every time you go through, just make a cluster of 4. And the easy way that I have found to make it easier on me to know that I'm catching all 4 is you always go in the middle right here. See where the U is? You go in the middle. So you'll always catch 4 threads. So go down and then up and down, and then the last 4. Okay, and then I just place it all the way towards the edge, just so that it keeps me in check that I'm picking up right amount of loops all the time. Just make sure that you push them down once you have this this hook. Sorry, I just got confused completely. So I was so into focusing on it's getting proper. So once you're done putting this hook on underneath the loops, just make sure that all your loops are pressed down so they don't pop off. So this is just as a guide. I use it sometimes I'm just like, nah, I don't need an extra help, I don't do it, but this is a good guide so you don't get confused which 4 you need to pick up. So we're going to again, so this placing this hook here is completely optional step. If you want to, you can. If you don't, that's okay too. I do it sometimes I'm just like lazy, I don't do it. So after that, the next step is to take your yarn again. You can change the yarn here, change yarn colors here if you want to, and just make a slip knot again. I'm just keeping the same ones, but you can definitely some of them I did is I dropped one color and then kept one color and took another color. So my square was like 3 colored, but you can change both the yarns here and just make it completely different color. So just make a slip knot and place it here. We'll take another hook. I'm sorry, I moved my camera completely. We'll take another hook, and I'm using my Tunisian hook, and then we're just going to do over and then under. And then over, under, and then just go through doing that till the end. And I hope I am getting all 4s, because sometimes I miss them. And if you do miss them, you can always look in the back and see if you have got all the required loops. So if you just turn around, you can see here and count here if you got all 4 loops on each of them. Not all 4 loops, all 4 threads on each of them, and that will ensure that you got all correct or not. And then just take this thread and just tuck it under the hook and pull the hook through. Sometimes it's hard because it'll just get stuck somewhere and then it'll pop up your yarn from here. Just make sure you keep pushing this yarn down so that it just doesn't pop up. Once you have brought this on this other side, like you can see, mine came off here, but that's okay, don't worry about it. I'm just going to fix it. I'm just going to remove this because it's in the way. Okay, so see, this is a good example, and I'm glad it happened on camera. So if it pops up, that's fine. You can just always go ahead and place it again. And here, so I got it all, and it doesn't matter if it pops up. Mine, by the time I come to the last one, this whole thing will pop up, and then I'll have to keep putting them back again. And sometimes it happens. That's okay if it happens. You can always put them back on. It just makes the work a little tedious, but the end result is amazing, and I really love this. This is so peaceful to do. So the first time we started with over, so second time we'll go with under, similar to the pot holder loops that we did last week. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll have it in the description for you guys to check out. And I'm just going to go under over instead of over under in the first row. So, and if you have any questions, just let me know in the comment section below. Sometimes I tend to go really fast. And then again, we'll just make a turn here and put both the threads, both the yarn under the hook, and then pull the hook through. It makes me sound like I'm teaching crochet, but this thing is similar to crochet, and it's so cute. It looks so cute, so cute. And then every time, just gently push this all down towards the first one. Yep. And then again you start the third loop with over under, and you keep alternating between the two, making sure that you're always catching 4 threads instead of 3 or 5. Sometimes that happens to me, and we are all humans, we all make errors, so just keep a check that you're catching all 4. And the simplest way to make sure that you're catching all 4 is to just turn your work around and look in the back to make sure. It'll tell you where your mistake is. And it is really forgiving. This weaving square is forgiving. I have left a couple of lines where I have made a mistake and just let it slide. Sometimes I did that because I was like, no, I've already done till the last one and I haven't looked at it, and there was an error on the second or the third one, and I'm like, nope, I'm not opening the whole thing again. And if something like this happens where your thread comes off, just pull it through and start from where you got stuck. Just make sure you go back, follow the pattern of the row, and then go back and catch both the yarn. And you can see that I'm really enjoying it because this is like so much fun. And I have chosen for this one Harry Potter Gryffindor colors. I did not realize it till now that they were Gryffindor colors, but I was making scarf for a friend of mine, and she wanted a Gryffindor scarf, and she had this Harry Potter patchwork she bought from Disney, and she had given it to me, and I made it for her, and she was really happy. Unfortunately I did not take a photo of that, so I don't have a photo of that one. And then again for the fourth one, we'll start from under over and keep on working like that. So I'm going to go ahead and finish all the 18 pegs and come and show you what we do to end off, and then we'll go around and see how to cast off these the square from the loom. Alright guys, so I have come to the end, and this was my first ever square that did not get popped up from here. Usually I pop up like 5-6 pegs from here for yarn, but I was so excited. This went by so quickly. I was so happy that it did go by quickly. And my last two threads are right here. Yarn is right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the yarn a little bit, and you can see that when I tried to pull it, it popped up a little bit. But that's okay. I mean, I did better than popping up like all of them while I was trying to fix I was trying to pull these loops, but it did not happen today, which I was really happy about. And I'm just going to pull a little bit. I'm going to cut again like about 6 inches of yarn, 5 to 6 inches, not much, of yarn for the end. And I'm just going to cut it. I know my hand's in the way of you guys, but just cut it right here and then just pull this off. So again, for the last one, you'll have 2 yarns instead of the 4. So then turn around and again make a slip knot at the end. So that's what I'm going to do, and then we'll see how to cast off this square from the loom. So here in the end, if you can see, I've done the slip knot. Now the next thing is to do the cast off, and I'm going to put my Tunisian hook off on the side, and I'm going to use my broken hook that came with the loom. And what I'm going to do is never start picking up for cast off from where you have these ends or where you have the slip knots. Always start where there's no slip knot. So I'm going to start from here, and then you'll always go towards left, and then we'll go around and come back right here in the corner. Okay, so pick up 1 loop. Actually, let me just use this one, make my life easier. So pick up this loop from the first peg, and then pick up another 2 loops from the second peg, and then take the first 2 loops and pass through the second and pull it off. Then pick up the 3rd loop, and make sure you always pass 2 loops from the over the next 2 loops. If you have used 2 yarns, that is, you can always do with 1 yarn, but that will make it really like, it will not give you like 10 square. It'll be very like, it will be like mesh. If you have seen mesh crochet, it's like net kind of thingy. So the first line when you do cast off, you'll feel that the chains are really loose, but that's okay, that's pretty normal. While you'll come, like once you come this way, it'll all tighten up and it'll all be together. So again, pick up 2 loops from the next peg, and then just pull the first 2 loops over the loops, the new loops, and then just keep doing that all around the square. And then I'll come back and show you how to do the bind off, and then how to tuck in all the ends. So let me go ahead and finish this, and I'll come back in a minute. Alright guys, so I have taken this off from the loom, and all I did is I have this one end. I took off the slip knot from there, and all I'm going to do is, I forgot to mention that you'll need a tapestry needle. That is the one with the big eye, if you can see, so that it's easier for the yarn to go through. And then all you need to do is just tuck in that tail so that it is completely secured and it won't come undone. So just make sure that you go through a lot of loops, and you just don't don't just do like 1 or 2. Just go through like about 6-7 loops before cutting it off. I try to go through halfway down again so that it is completely secure. And then I'll just take a pair of scissors and then cut it really close. What you can do is, if you want to cut it really close so that it doesn't show up, just pull the thread a little bit and then cut it off. So when you flatten it out, the yarn will shrink back in. It's not a thread, I keep saying it a thread, it's a yarn. Yarn will shrink back, and that makes your square pot holder from yarn. And all you now need to do is tuck in all the loops, all the ends on the side. So once I am done completed making all the 100 of these pot holders or yarn squares, like the square pot holders or the yarn squares, I will show you how I attached them all together and how I made the carpet and how does it look. Because if you know what, I'm going to post a picture at the end of the video showing all the squares that I have made, and you will see that there's a ton of different colors I've used all scrap yarns, nothing from new yarns. So they were all scraps. There was nothing that was a new yarn, so you can use up all your scraps and make as many as you want. And I will definitely do more ideas on potholder, yarn potholder looms. And if you want to see more ideas, me making these from these squares, leave me a comment below. I'll definitely try and do that. Definitely one will come up soon in a week or so, once I've done making all the rest of the ones that are remaining, and then we can go from there. So thank you so much guys for watching this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching this video, and do subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. I have tons of art and craft ideas, and I'm for sure that you will find a craft that you like or you enjoy doing on my channel, because like I mentioned earlier, I try all the new art and crafts that come along my way, even if they're not new, but I just found out about them. I do it, I try it, I get the materials and try them. So definitely check out my channel, do subscribe to my channel. I promise you won't be disappointed. Also share this video with your friends and family, and just leave me a comment below with questions, concerns, comments, suggestions, video suggestions, whatever you guys want to know. Just leave me a comment below. Say, hey, I would like you to try this craft out if I haven't done it on my channel, or even if I have done it and you want me to show you a video on a certain craft that you want to try out, but you want me to try out and do a review or a tutorial about it, leave me a comment below. I'll definitely do that for you guys. So thank you so much guys for watching this video. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Bye.